Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to finish up the tree, or at least get further along on it to give you guys a better idea. I might have about an hour or so to work on it. So where we left off with the tool is here, where we can adjust the height, the twist, squash and stretch, things like that, all here, but we're only doing the trunk so far. So I want to go up and start working with the leaves and adding the leaves to the whole process. So that way we kind of have the tree built. So we have a whole bunch of stuff going on here, and we have to think about how we want the tree to grow. So let's run this really quick. We don't have anything that actually can adjust the settings, but before I go through and add a feature here, I'm gonna start kind of creating the functions that are going to work on it, and I'm gonna see what I can use that already exists. So right now when we create the tree, it is just there in the center. I want to maybe try like an easy palm tree to get those elements done there. Again, stylized tree. So let's look at this here. I'm gonna start off by creating a smooth cube for the leaves, and I need a function to create the leaves. So right here I have the create tree trunk. Let's create a function here that is defining AP create leaf, and I'll only do one leaf at a time. And right now I don't have any attributes that I know that I want yet, but there eventually will be. And I'm just gonna put pass right now, so that way it goes through here and finishes the function without creating errors. So we have that, no errors, we're good. So right now this function exists, but it's not being called at all. Where do we want it to be called? I probably want it to be called here in the AP tree gen after the trunk is created. So AP create leaf. Let me make sure that this is what it's called. Yep, okay. So what do I want to do with the leaf? I want to be able to create a smooth cube. So I need this function here. So I'm going to override that. The object name, I want it to be tree leaf. Actually, let's make this a variable. Because we're going to need a bunch of them. And I'm going to feed that in here. And then with the object height, let's set it to 1 for right now, but we can change it later. So if we run this here now, we should see that it created a tree leaf. and it did not. So let's see why that did not happen. Let me run it one more time just in case. Let's look at the outliner. It looks like something went on here. So we got an error, that's why it didn't. Okay, so when it's calling the function to create the tree leaf, we didn't give it a name. So for right now, I'm just going to put a placeholder for the leaf. And that's why it's good to test often when you're running your scripts, is if you start getting issues, you don't want to be you don't want it to be stuck right like immediately. Okay, so here we created the leaf and it is here. We can see that we have that extra piece. Obviously, the leaf is at the ground. We want it at the top. One of the ways we can do that is, and actually it's going to be creating a whole bunch of leaves right now, so I want to make sure that it gets rid of it. And while we're testing it, let's group the leaf together with this. Let's make sure that it got grouped. Yeah, that way when we go through each time it runs it, we're gonna have to change this eventually, but but we can delete it each time, because right now here it checks if the tree group exists, but eventually we're going to have a whole bunch of leaves. We're going to add this into a loop, and we need to be able to add all those leaves in here into this group, so we need a separate action. We can't just group it this way, but right now while we're trying to figure out how to build the leaf itself, we can actually just do this, so that way we can progress forward with the script. We did say that we wanted it to be associated with the trunk height. So that it goes at the top. So we have this that we've already queried inside of from the GUI. We can use that variable like we used in the create trunk. That means that in the function we just created, we need to add another argument. There we go. We're adding the trunk height there. Excuse me. So now we can do mc.set adder, and we want whatever the tree leaf is called. And add that to ty, and we're going to make that equal to trunk height to begin with, and make adjustments as we go. Let's see if that worked. Yep. So the leaf is now up on top. It's a little weird because it's super thick. Let's see. Leaf shape. On the leaf shape, doesn't have anything there, but that's probably because the history was deleted. Let's see if in the smooth cube, if the history is deleted there when it's created. It is. What might be more useful, since Oh wait, that's the squash. Let's look at create the smooth cube. No, it's not. So at this point, it shouldn't have the history deleted, so we should have the attributes like when we create a cube. So for example, let's create a cube really quick. Create polygon cube. When we look at the shape node here, it has the width, height, and depth. So at that point in the creation, it should have that. It's probably getting deleted, yeah, in my main tree at the end over here, all the history, because I am doing kind of a catch-all at the end in case any history wasn't deleted before then, that I delete it at the very end. Uh-oh. Okay, not any invalid syntax, good. I don't know why I was getting invalid syntax for a moment there, but it's not anything with this code right now. Okay, so we have the object being created here. So we can look here, and if we wanted to, so if we were to change this number here, let's say a big number so that we can see what the difference is. So that is the how wide the leaf is going to be. So I actually want that to be a pretty low number. So let's try something like 0.4. And that looks okay. And that is controlling probably the width, but let's double check. Create smooth cube. It is creating the height. Sorry, not the width, but the height. So the one that I want to adjust to create the length of the leaf is going to be the width. So I am going to do another set adder here. And it's going to be shape dot width, and let's put a number here so that we can test it. Didn't do anything. Let's see. Did we get an error? Line 30, no object matches leaf shape dot width. So let me check on a cube again, since it's deleting the history. When we go here and adjust the width, what the command name is. So this is the attribute that I do want to change. And it takes the name of the object dot width. Okay, so it doesn't actually go into the shape node. Cool. So let's do that. In the leaf, it's not shape, it just goes straight to the width. So in theory, we should see a long cube, and there is some issues going on. Let's try that again, run the script one more time, because it had an error and it didn't get all the way through. So it did get error. says leaf dot width does not exist. So just so that I can check it really quick, I'm gonna turn off the history at the end where it's deleting all the history, so I can make sure what the name is called. So mc.delete history, comment that out, run it again, and it probably gave me issues because I didn't delete all the objects. There we go. We did get an error leaf, but hopefully now we should be able to figure out what the inputs are. So by changing the number here, it should give us the value. Although I'm noticing an issue that's going to control there. But let's look at the name. Oops, sorry. I want the window here. Cool. Polycube 1 width. So that's using the name of the shape node that is being called Polycube 1. So I'm going to do it slightly differently, so that way I can make sure I know what the name of the object is. So let's turn on the delete history here. And I'm going to have to make a few changes in the code. So I'm going to get rid of this line completely. And then in the create smooth cube, I want to get access to be able to do a width value. So let's put the width value here. That means that in the smooth cube here, we need obj width. We can set that to Hello. Sorry, I lost the audio for a little bit. I don't know for how long. But I got it back. Let's see here. Okay. How long have we been recording for? I have no idea. 42 minutes, so it's probably been gone for about 12 minutes. Sorry about that. I'll see if I can adjust the settings in the next video. But we have the tree trunk. Let me actually take all this and save the script because I have not saved the script yet. This is my updated tree. So I want to get another bit of another slider in here for the bend amount for the tree. So this is going to be for the leaf, sorry. Tree bend amount, which means that I'm going to need to change that in the code down here. Let's copy this and put that there. And then instead of tree bend amount, we're going to call it leaf bend. And this is going to be leaf bend amount. And I'll keep the values the same because I want to bend it kind of the same way. No issues, cool. I just need to feed that in. So copy that, and in the leaf, I am going to take that, do leaf bend amount is equal to this slider. We need a query equals true. And value equals true. And then instead of using 45, we'll do bend mount there. Make sure we don't get any errors. Great. And let's see if we get that control now and see how it's actually looking. So it's only doing the tip, and I want the whole length of it. So let's go in and troubleshoot that really quick. My audio keeps on dying on this video stream. I am so sorry. Hopefully I can fix that issue in the future. I'm going to finish this little part and troubleshoot that, and then I'll start a new video. Cool, no errors. We should have a locator here now, which gives us a pivot to work around from. Okay, so let's find that part there. I'm gonna not do the group. Instead, I'm going to do a parent. And just to make this easier, let's set a variable name for this. Lock name. Leaf lock name is equal to my audio recorder keeps on dying. Oh, I have no battery. I was plugging it in before and it was getting a lot of crazy noise. I might have to plug it in because the batteries won't